Right, so Midnabi. Midnabi was adopted as a child in a small Ashlander tribe where she lived almost happily ever after until a few... Do I have the date here? Until a month ago, wow, a month ago, where the wise woman of her little tribe told her that she had a dream, something about the destiny of Midnabi, that she should go and find out what is her destiny and what is this mysterious role she will have to play. Latte's toy just woke up. You'll be okay, Latte. You don't need to go chase your toy. You're fine here? Yes. Since Midnabi left her small tribe in the Ashlands, she set up camp. I'm gonna have to go and hunt that toy because it's noisy. We'll see. She set up camp in the Graceland with Varthal, a survivalist. And she adopted and raised a guar. She learned to be more self-reliant, and eventually, after having a dream about the Bitter Coast, she set out. Traveled all the way to Seidanin, where she adopted a rat and a dog and a guar. She's a Beastmaster, okay? And she set up camp in the Bitter Coast, and we made a living there until she was able to afford a beautiful yurt that she can keep with her when traveling. In Seidanin, there was a case of mistaken identity. Guars are super cute, yes. Are you talking about my hair or my character's hair? Because my hair, I don't know, maybe it's the lighting, it's just same color as ever. And hello, Skink. Mine? No, and I don't have filters, I don't think. Let's put that on the lighting, okay? When Midnabi reached Seidanin, there was a case of mistaken identity, where the captain was like, oh yeah, we've been expecting you. That was weird, and gave her paper for a Caius Cosadis in Balmora. And Midnabi knew that she was not sent from Cyrodiil, clearly. But unsure of why her dreams had sent her to the Bitter Coast, she played along with it, just to find out, get to bottom of things. She went to Balmora, started working for Caius Cosadis, only because Caius seemed to be interesting in the Sixth House and the Red Mountain and all those things that plague the land, and that was Midnabi's quest from the beginning, is to find a cure for the Blight. Really. Tansy, hello, welcome. And so she started working for Caius Cosadis, collecting information about the Sixth House, the Ash Statue, Dagoth Ore. She met Arvesa, a buoyant arminger, so that's kind of a tricky relationship because Arvesa is an arminger devoted to Vivek. Midnabi as an Ashlander, not very impressed with the tribunal or the temple due to the persecution of the Nerevarine cult. Not a fan of the great houses either. She hasn't joined any. But anyway, Arvesa, I'm doing good. Latte is doing fine, is really exhausted. Can you believe just how fluffy the tail is? Honestly. Yeah, it's a big fluff. We met Arvesa, and even though we seem to be very, very different, because Arvesa also wants to heal the land and help the people of Morrowind, we had that in common and we could work together. Later on, we met Julian, a young Ashlander, young and foolish, honestly. but listening to him, it sounded like he may be Nerevar reincarnated, so Midnabi took it upon herself to not only train him, but also to support him in his sacred mission. After that, things got a little chaotic. Arisa was kidnapped. Caius Cosades wanted us to go to talk to the Ashlanders, the Oshilaku. We did that. We didn't get enough information to confirm that we could be the Nerevarine or that Julian could be the Nerevarine. Everything could be applied to either of us. We went to Midnabi, where Dagos Gareth cursed us with Corpus. We did go to Telfir, and we got cured of the Corpus. Once that was done, we had very, very little time. We finally got word from the Armingers that there was some information on where Arvisa had been captured. So we went to Suran, here's an Arminger here, and we got some information now that will take us to Voss. And that's where we're at. Julian needs to have his armor repaired. Honestly, we need to take a break and gather our thoughts. A lot has happened very, very quickly. We don't want to waste time because Arvisa needs our help. Caius wants us to go to Vivek to talk to Milo, but that is not as important or as urgent as helping Arvisa. So that's where we're at. We're gonna go to Voss. I think that's what we need. And we are overburdened. Definitely we need to set up camp. Just take a break, at least a night to rest, and then set out again. We're gonna have to restore our attributes. So that's where we're at. Je me souviens le mode de la 6e maison dont est effrayant la musique avec les bruits. Yes, when we went to Ilunibi, it's a scary, scary mod. It's beautiful. Yes, this is White Suran, and I'm very happy with my Suran mod. I'm just checking. Okay, no, we're good here. Suran currently, we have. Oui, je suis maintenant en bonne santé. You're trying to show off and you make a mistake. Because santé is feminine. Pas de trompe. Oh, it's getting worse. I'm gonna let you guys chat in French while I play Morrowind. So, Suran, we have White Suran, a Hanging Garden, a light mod for the docks. With Midnabi, that's all I've installed in Suran, but usually I also have... what is it called? The one that adds sewers to the town, among other things. Hey Arvisa, so I talked to Theona. It sounds like you got thrown around a bit. Now it's okay. Naralos, that's the guy we're tracking. He went to Telvos to hire a Dwemer expert. I suppose they do need help looting Dwemer ruin, but this feels off. Right. So we're not going to Voss, but to Telvos. Arvisa will meet me in Telvos to find the Dwemery expert Naralos hired, while Odron, that's the guy who was inside, gathers the others. Hey Tetra. Sorry, White Suran.
Red Mountain spread.
Hanging Gardens. And the docks. That's all I have in Suran itself. So we want to go to Voss. What is the quickest way from Saran? I can always recall to Balmora and then go to Sadrith Mora, but that's still like Sadrith Mora to Voss is still a long way, but we could get a boat there. Not that many cells, I don't think. We don't want to take the Sill Strider. As a Beastmaster, we find that the way the Sill Striders are treated is not humane. You can get to Vos from Seren, but getting to Seren is quite a pain. I don't have a mark there. The best I can do is teleport to my camp, that's right here in the southern part of the Grazeland, and then go to Seren, but also from here I can go to Voss. Actually, maybe that's what I should do. Let me see. Oh, dude! Wow, the 6th house is getting fearless. You have betrayed Lord Dagoth. Taste his vengeance. Yeah, I did not accept the invitation. It is true. I think we've had these. Yeah, nothing new.
Sleepers awake. House Dagoth is risen.
Right. So I think the fastest way for me is going to be hello, Tinty. Are you hungry? No, you're full. Alright, Tinty, once again I'm gonna need your help. Take me home to the Grazeland. I am very thirsty. No, I've lost my training streak. Darn. I had it going since the beginning. Bummer. No, I'm not very interested in his banner. It looks cool. It's one of my favorite hold it items, but not so much. So this is Varthal.
So good to see you.
Who's in fact a companion directly inspired by Merlord. That's why he has all the information about bushcrafting. This is where we had our camp previously. This is Jaguar. Yes, we are collecting guars, obviously. Are you hungry, Jaguar? Good, but stay here. You're still young. You are guardian. Our herd is increasing. Guardian is full. I don't see... I have Tetra right here.
You have my attention, Outlander.
Tinty is quite big now. Ooh! That is the normal size of a guar. She didn't grow that big that fast. Was she just on 0.7? Yeah. She's now 0.8, which is bigger already. Julian needs to have things repaired. I have an anvil here, but I don't have any tools. Then again, maybe it's not so hard to... All my crafting equipment is in my yurt. So we have a couple of options. Midnabi is going to... Ooh, we've learned new Ashlander prayers. Acknowledge the ancestors is the prayer we've used so far. Venerate the ancestors. Wanderer on the moon and scar. Stride across the ash. Yeah, I like that. That's the one we're gonna do. May I shrink to dust in your cold wild west, and may my tongue speak its last hymn to your winds. Midnabi is praying. No, we didn't steal the anvil. I crafted it. Like I took rocks and I smashed them together like Play-Doh. That's what I did. Ish. Okay, it's a complicated. It's a skill. You have it or you don't have it. Hey, Easy. It's a very lovely mod, and it is very, very lore friendly. It's called Pray. It's P.R.A. It's an acronym for something else that I cannot remember. But if you search Pray on the Nexus, you'll have that. For me, it's nearly perfect. In the way that you read books to discover new prayers, you also have skills. Divine Theology, Ashlander Theology. I'm doing great with the Ashlander Theology. So you have skills as you pray, and you unlock more prayers as you do that, and they have effects that are relevant to your prayer. The only thing that is missing, it does not have Daedric worship. It's the only thing that's missing. So if you want to roleplay a Daedra worshipper, this mod is not going to help you, but Ashlander and the Nine Divine, the Temple, and even Sixth House Theology, you can. That's not what we're gonna do with Midnabi. True, maybe for Daedric worship, words are meaningless actions. Just slaughter. That's how you worship. True. And also it's less a problem, because as a Daedra worshipper, you go to ruins, you do the vanilla quest. There are a bunch of mods that add quest for a particular Daedric prince. So you still have lots to do as a Daedra worshipper, even if you don't have the prayer. But if the Daedra worship was there, maybe even things like you can only use those prayers if you are in a Daedric ruin. That would be even better. But hey, as it is, it's a great mod. So we have prayed, that is good. Here's what we need to decide. The last few days have been relentless. Arvesa was kidnapped. Julian got mad at us because he realized that we were working for Caius Cosades, that Caius Cosades wanted us to prove or disprove that we may or may not be Nerevar reincarnated. So Julian was pissed. Arvesa had just been kidnapped. And then it was just like a whirlwind. We went to the Orshilaku, then we went to chat with Dagos Gareth. We got the corpus, we got to Telfir, we were gonna die, now we're not dead. I want to set up camp. Les dieux effrayants et peut-être méchants qui les hommes bleus de la campagne adorent prier. Oui, c'est ça. De la campagne. Ouais, pourquoi pas. So I want to set up camp. We need to rest, like physically rest, empty our backpacks, brew potions so we are ready for the next step, repair Julian's armor so he doesn't walk around half naked. And we have two options. We can set up camp here. We're here. And there's already the basics of a camp. This was our old camp that we sort of gave to Varthal as we left. So we can. The second option is to go to where Julian's camp is. There are 3 yurts currently. Julian's mother's, and the storage. The last time we were there, I took the time to set up a crafting area, fishing area, cooking area. That's it. You know, I worked around the camp. And also it's a bit closer to Voss and Telvos, therefore it's a bit closer to travel services. Also quite close to go to the Ahemusa up there, to the Zainab down there. It's quite a trek to the Orshilaku, but we don't go that often to the Ashlander camps. So what was going to be a choice for you guys, as I presented the two options, I'm fairly sure I want to go and set up camp close to Julian's mother. Also, a lot has happened to do with the Nerevarine prophecies. I'm hoping that Julian and his mother are gonna have something to say about it, because, you know, stuff happened. And I've learned quite a lot from the wise woman at the Orshilaku. So, yeah, I need to... I can't find a word, because my character is so exhausted. We need to take a break. We need to have the time to process everything that has happened. That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's not a bad idea, Skink. You're right. The Mabrigash camp is somewhere here. It's a little bit in the middle of nowhere, but it is somewhere. All right, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Do we go to the Mabrigash camp that is on an island just east of here? Or do we go to Julian's camp that is all the way up north in the Graceland? I'll go with the first answer in chat. In the meanwhile... North. North it is. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna strip a little bit. No, I'm gonna keep the rope. I just want to remove every enchanted item that I have, so that when I ask Julian to please restore my attributes, not bad. And now I'm tired and thirsty, that's okay. Am I still thirsty? I am just tired and hungry. I did buy some bread in Saran. Still a little bit hungry. And now just tired. But I do have a good number of enchanted items. There. Ok. Faim, soif, fatigue. Ouais. Tous les problèmes. I know we're tired, but I think like crossing the Graceland, even at night, is not a problem for us. We're home. I have Tetra with me. Tinty, you can stay here. Jaguar is already a big boy. You don't hear me, Jaguar. Come on. I mean, if you don't want to go, then that's fine. I am not going to force you. Okay. That away. No way. Unfortunately, this one was too wild to be tamed. Unfortunate. Well, maybe the herd is big enough. Also now I have a telekinesis that's really far. See? Oh, I'm also overburdened. That was not a good idea. Stop picking up plants if you cannot carry them. It's not that hard. This is full. Is there anything that I can put in there? More ingredients. That didn't help. Oh no, this one. You see, these, when I put things in a satchel, things get a little lighter. But in that sack, it doesn't. Unfortunate. However, if I put it in my backpack, and I put the backpack on my back, okay, I can move. I have to stop picking up plants. Do not pick up plants. Since we're going north, I know it's not the shortest. Well, most of the time I use it to gather plant fiber, but I have not switched. Here we go. This is The return of the prodigal child. This is the wise woman
I'm never too busy for good talk.
who told us to go. The Ashlander have a prophecy that one day a reincarnation of the legendary hero, Nerevar, will unite the Dunmer against the invader and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. But the Tribune of Temple says this is a false and profane superstition, and the Ordinators deal mercilessly with those who profess such beliefs. I know, I've been researching all of that. But I'm doing good, Midnabi, thank you.
You flatter me with your attention.
Ooh, Yahaz. The camp was attacked right before I left. And so I left a potion that was the best healing potion I was able to craft then. It paralyzes a little bit, but it heals too. And I also left him a shirt because his shirt was covered with blood. And somehow the potion hasn't worked very well. He's very, very scarred. Now I've become, believe it or not, I've become better at healing. Come on. Can I remove that from your face? There you go. I'm so glad I have finally successfully... Are you attacking somebody, something, a bug? Oh well. I would go inside and talk to Sargon, but basically the little summary that I gave at the beginning of the stream is what I would tell Sargon about everything that happened. Okay, I need to stop running in circle and go for the shortest. You okay, my Floof? So tired. This Nord is very rude. He basically ordered us to go and kill the witch for him, and I said no. And clearly, he hasn't managed to convince anyone, because it's still there. Alright, this is the northern part of the Gracelands. I have no interest in angering the Kiguti. Where did I put all the plants? No, not that. My backpack. There it is. That. Marshmallow? Maybe some Hackalo? Maybe some Crash. This is guago free. You okay? You'll be fine? Okay. I have become a lot better at calming creatures, though I got a feeling this one maybe was not going to attack me. Now this, I thought, was the Zainab, but it's not. But it looked so big compared to my little camp. Zainab's camp is even larger than that. Oh no, I hate those. Julian, go. Okay, the musk flies are not as bad as the giant hornets. Look, we're already in Voss. Then maybe it makes sense to make a quick stop around Telvos to find the Arminger we're supposed to meet there. Ervesa, I think the name is. Before we go and set up camp. This is very hard for me to not pick up every plant. We haven't practiced alchemy in the longest time. I've completely run out of poison, completely run out of healing potions. Alright, so this is the old outpost. We have the dogs. Now, she really did say in Telvos. And this is only Voss. I'm keeping my eyes open in case she's on the road to Telvos rather than in Telvos exactly. We have caravanners, farmers, guards. I really would expect to see her here, as it is the main entrance, as it were. Hello, Telvanni sharpshooter. You're a sharpshooter. Hired scholar. What a strange question, Outlander. I do not follow the person of everyone here. How should I know? I suspect this hired scholar, that's our quest. Because Winar, the Camonotong guy, is looking for a Dwemer expert. And I was thinking Aryan immediately, but it makes no sense that a Camonotong, even a high-ranked Camonotong, would try to hire one of the highest-ranked Telvanni. So it has to be somebody else, like a hired scholar. Would you tell me more if you liked me more? No, because you know nothing about it. There. Amalie, we are not looking to recruit another companion. Have you visited the Telvos Dwemer Museum? No. It's Master Aryan and Smallskin Killer. We're looking for an Arminger. Well, I can't. I wasn't smart. Well, at least I get to look around from every single direction. Right, I'm not seeing her. But she could be inside. We'll keep that for later. Speaking of Skywind, this place looks amazing in Skywind. To be honest, most of the things that I've seen from Skywind looks really good. It feels like a modern take on Morrowind. Not obsessively copying exactly everything. I don't know, I feel that the team has found like a really good balance between looking at what Morrowind is, looking at what the Skyrim engine does, and try to get the most out of both. And I do like the locations. Have I seen the Graceland specifically? No, I don't think I have. Alright, let's go set up camp. Voig, salut! We're going to avoid the the Daedric ruin. Oof, the feather is going to run out. I might still be able to walk. You okay, my Floof, or you're so tired? Exhausted. Such is the life of the Ketan. Moment of truth in 20 seconds. Will I be overburdened? If I am, I'm sure Jolin will help. No, we're still good. Thanks to my backpack. What's that up there? Seriously, what is that? It's somewhere on that island. We've never set foot on that island. So the Daedric ruin is this way, and Jolin's, there it is. Right here. So the last time I was here, I did some fishing, put a few fish to dry, got the fire going, had a little cushion, repair, crafting area, wood storage, currently none, now one. That's it. Jolin, shall we go and talk to your mother? A lot has happened since then.
Is there something you need?
Well, first of all, I'd be careful about touching anything in here. I won't touch anything in here. Yeah, you are learning indeed. I do want to do a German stream again. I'll have to plan this and organize this. Right. Jolin has nothing to say whatsoever. Like, he was here with me when Dagoth Garrus talked to me. Though he was right next to me, maybe. Like, I'm surprised he's got nothing to say on the events that took place in Ilubibi or in Telfir. You disappoint me, Jolin. What about you, Mashti? What now, Outlander? I can tell you nothing more you would wish to know. What would such a one as you care about the story of an outcast? Well, do tell me the story of an outcast. You would know my past? Very well. I was born to the Orshalaku Ashlanders, and I was respected there, for my father was chief of the tribe, and my mother was a high-born Redoran lady, captured in a raid on some travelers. But when men of the Ahimusa came to our camp on a trading mission, the spirits whispered to me that my destiny lay with their tribe, and when they left, I went with them. When he discovered I had gone without his permission, my father was very angry, for I was barely 18, and he had pledged me as a bride to one of his Skulakan. He disowned me as daughter, and I never saw him, my home, or my mother again. I hear he's dead now. Good. He was a harsh, cruel man, and I never missed him. I became one of the Ahimusa and studied the ways of their wise women. I was skilled in the craft, too skilled. The petty jealousies of others made me an exile in the end. I do not like to speak of this. It was long ago, but wounds to the heart and the honor do not heal. They are those I can never forgive, and those whom I would have forgiven in an instant, had they but asked for it. And now it is too late. Aye, leave me now, Ashlander. I wish to be alone. Okay. You don't want to know about the corpus disease? None of it? You want a thoughtful gift? I probably have some of these. I'll have to check in my storage. Nothing. Nothing to say whatsoever. Alright, Julian. You teach me light armor. He's pretty good with it. I am sub-average, but it is one of my minor skills, so it's really good. You'll train me in light armor for a good long while. You can wait right here while I set up camp, but I see you're hurt a little bit. He's got so many hit points that my healing spell is pretty laughable at that point. But... Tetra. Hello, Tetra. Tetra, you're carrying my yurt. I think I'll put it here. Like, not... maybe it will fit here. Not too far from the main camp, but not too close either. Hopefully this will fit. Yes. About the not too close either. I feel it's pretty close. But that will do. That will be fine. Hello, Lucifer. Alright, first thing first. I have so many ingredients. Take. I think most of the weight, the overweight that I have, is actually from ingredients. See? Take away the ingredients and I can carry everything. Alright, but still. This is something that we found in Midnabi. Nothing to transfer. Nothing to transfer. Actually, soul gems, I believe I put them in here. I do pick up the soul gems that I find. Not because I want to trap any soul, in fact. I don't like the practice of soul trapping. It's, you know, you're preventing the soul from moving on, from joining the ancestors. And even for the creatures, you somehow you break the cycle of life and spirit. So we collect the soul gems simply because every soul gem we have here is a soul gem that will not be used to trap a soul. So we keep them. I used to have my mushrooms here, I don't anymore. Yeah. Alright, there are a few things that I do not need. The 6th house amulet. They are valuable, I know that, but who are we going to sell them to? Nobody. That's crazy, so no. My shirt of the healer I really do like, in fact. It's better than Caius's shirt, but I am going to keep Caius's shirt. It could be useful. Boots of blinding speed. I do not know how to put them on without going completely blind, so they're gonna stay here. These are unique gauntlets we got in... No... My mouse is running out of battery. Where is... There we go. No, that is not the correct cable. Latte, are you going to fall? He's getting closer and closer to the edge of the table. Hang on. Alright, mouse saved. There you go. You okay, my fluff? Oh, you. So tired. Okay. Saved. And, well, I have a cable attached to my mouse. It's okay, we can do that. We've lived with a cable on a mouse for very long. I can do it yet again. Anything else that I don't need to carry with me? This, I now have a better one, but I would sell it, in fact. Bin McNulty, hello. If you make a potion of high enough magica resistance... Yes! Thanks for the tip, indeed. Even just casting the spell or using the potions will work. The reason why I am not doing that is because it's a bit gamey, and my character doesn't even really do light armor. So I don't want to use my knowledge of the game to wear the boots, unless my character is somebody that would actually want to wear them. And also there's the fact that if you temporarily increase your resistance to magicka through potion or spell, then, as you say, the moment you take the boots off because you need to repair them, their durability is very low, if I remember. Yeah, durability 50. Oh, they would break so quickly. But anyway, it's not an artifact for this character, so I collected it. I'm keeping it because it's unique and all that. I won't sell it, not even in Mournhold, to make 30k, I think, from the boots. I keep them there. They're not for my character. I could give them to Julian, but then again, they will break very often and I will have to repair them. So they're here. If I had a mage character, though, I would definitely work on improving my resistance to magicka so I can wear them. But thank you for the tip. It's a good one, indeed. I keep switching between this. I thought I had another amulet, one of shield. Maybe I sold it. Alright. That is sorted. Then crafting material. Oh, I need to get more stones to craft hammers. Currently, I just don't have anything to repair with. And I will probably need... No, I'm okay with the plant fiber. Let's go get rocks. Someday maybe Apple will also figure out how to make a mouse with a wire viable. It's like... No, when you're cool and modern, you just don't use a cable. It's anti-cool. And now we're hitting rock. I don't want flint. Come on. Stones, that's good. The funny thing is, when we first set up camp in the Grazeland, and I made my first pickaxe, I was really desperate to get flint, because that's the basis for most of my crafting tools. But now I'm okay. Now I just want stones. Come on. Come on! No problem, Finn McNulty. And always feel free to share some tips, because I find that having played the game a lot, I tend to want to do the things I do always the same way. And so it's good to be told, or at least to be reminded, that there are other ways of doing things. Usually I try to go for something that matches my character. We've nearly exhausted ourselves hitting that rock. And now we have. Well done. Well done, me. Later on we'll fish for fish so we can have a lovely fresh dinner. How about these? Not ready yet. So I have a stone anvil here. I believe to make hammers I need rocks, wood and rope. Yes. How many stones do I have? 20. That's plenty. Escobar, hello. Stone soup. That sounds lovely. If they are fresh, and if you're lucky, there's a bit of moss on it. So you get your veggies together with your minerals, literally. How are you doing, Escobar? That tent is very lovely. That's the one. Let me make some ropes very quickly and I'll give you a quick tour. Ashfall was updated, and now when I'm crafting, time passes. So I lost my streak in restoration, which is a bummer. What else do I want to train? Do I want to keep training in restoration, or do I want to switch? You're recovering from a cataract surgery. I shouldn't be watching streams so much, but hey, it's that oh please, you know, I'm super happy to have you there, but please don't you know, postpone your recovery for me. Morrowind maybe, but not me. Well, I'm glad you're recovering. It's a good thing, but please don't watch. Close your eyes. I'll keep talking. I'll describe everything. I am now looking at a menu to choose which skill I wish to train. Ice is technically a rock, and you can eat it.